Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are excited. We are at day two of the Give-a-thon. I am Wes Warren. I'm here with this lovely specimen, my wife, Shantae Warren, and we are here with Bridging the Gaps Community and Family Development Center, our 501c3 nonprofit, and Elohim Kingdom Ministries, our church, and we just want you to type to tune in, to like, to share, to invite, because we are coming together with a mission, with a goal, and we are asking you to connect, to partner with us as we are endeavoring to continue to create change and make a difference. Man, we had an awesome time on last night. Just people coming forth, some awesome men and women of God, just sharing about kingdom community building and just encouraging people to partner with us. And we are in day two. We are looking forward at you and those that you know and refer that will come on and that will make charitable contributions on today that are tax deductible to help us to continue to do the work in the community. We had with Bridging the Gap this past year, we were able to serve boxes of food at our food pantry. We were able to help with utility assistance, rental assistance. We were able to help with coats and boots and clothes for kids. And we are still getting the phone calls. We are getting calls on a daily basis because the need is still exponential. The need is still vast, and we need your help. We need your help. We need to raise $200,000 so we can continue to expand the programming, so we can continue to move forward in the Apostolic Distribution Center, keep the food pantry going, keep the Family Service Center going, and we are looking to continue the work of God.
Yes, definitely. I'm still basking off of last night, and it's just such a blessing to have kingdom collaborators to come and join alongside you and help you to push the vision that God has given. And we always say it's not a me, myself, and I, but a we, us, our, a mandate and mentality, just in doing whatever it is that God has called for you to do. But I'm excited on today because we're going to be exploring a little bit more about bridging the gaps. We're going to talk to some of our young people and how it helps to even help further what it is that they're doing. Even we're going to hear from some of the women from Woman to Woman. These are just the small entities that are housed within that umbrella of Elohim Kingdom Ministries and also with Bridging the Gaps. But it is just such an awesome time. I've heard this before where they say it's an awesome time to be alive, and it really is. There is a excitement, a undercurrent of a pushing forward, and I was telling them that I felt like that there was a rumbling I was feeling coming from under the earth. I know that may sound strange for some, but it's like being in a season where you can't quite explain everything that God is doing behind the scenes, but we want you to understand that He is moving, and we know that we have a mandate here with EKM and BTG to advance the work in the earth and to put our hands to the plow. One of the things that a lot of times people see leaders, they don't really get involved sometimes. Not all leaders, but we are really hands-on leaders, and we don't mind doing that because it actually, I love it. It makes me feel good to actually be in the midst of the work and whatever it is that God is doing. So we want you to come along with us on today. Also, to tag some people in. If you didn't have an opportunity to give on last night, we invite you to give on today. Whatever amount that you are led to give, release that seed. This is awesome ground to sow in, and we want you to be a part. We're asking you to partner with us. This is a partnership, and just to sow into the vision here.
Yes, I'm telling you that we are making a difference, and you, those of you that want a desire to also make a difference and partner with us together, everyone achieves more. We had petitioned many people. We were looking for 200 people to partner with us with a seed of $1,000. We know that if we can do that, we can accomplish that goal. And some may have that right now on today and are able to do that. You can call all throughout today on our program, 1-844-8-CHANGE. 1-844-8-CHANGE, and you can make your contribution. And also, we'll take pledges. You know, we're opening up for you to make your pledges to continue to further the work, because together everyone achieves more. So make sure that you continue to share this event and continue to enjoy what we have coming forth. Continue to learn more information about Bridging the Gaps Community and Family Development Centers. We have our website, btgcenters.org, and Elohim Kingdom Ministries, ElohimKingdom.com. We're going to continue out the program after Pastor Shantae speaks, and we want you to partner with us to make change on today.
I just wanted to give a shout out to our call center, those
Yes.
who are working so diligently in the call center. We have people right in the call center that are taking your calls. They had blazed up the call center last night. Prophetess Epps was back there and began to declare the word of the Lord to those that were calling in. You never know what God might release on today. So I'm just telling you, make sure that you call in again. The number is
1-844-8-CHANGE.
and someone will be there to answer your call. We also want to say thank you, a huge thank you to all of those who had sold on last night.
Yes.
We say shout out to you, blessings be unto you
Yes.
and your house for every seed that was sown. I believe and I declare that you will receive a violent harvest in the same season. I truly see, even within the next, I see the number 3, 30, 60, 90. I seen it flash before my eyes, 30 to 60, 90 days. You're going to receive some unexpected things. And I even hear the Lord say, even some things that are not materialistic, but some of you are dealing with the spirit of confusion, even with spirit of frustration and torment. Even in the night season, the Lord said, you're going to receive a new peace. God said, as you sowed, even on last night, you're getting ready to see clearly. God said you're going to begin to rest, and even your faith is going to rise to another level, even as you have sold. And even I was telling them on last night, I saw doors opening up.
Yes,
We
yes.
want to hear the testimonies.
Yes.
Please inbox us, call us, whatever it is that you need to do, but we want to hear the testimonies that have come from your obedience and planting and sowing. Because guess what? When we hear testimony, it get me fired up. It just encourages us even the more to continue in the work that God has given unto
And
us.
yesterday, people were so excited to
Oh,
give.
yeah.
I love when there's excitement, when you see a program, when you see events, when you see actual change. The food pantry, people were so happy to support, and I was getting calls and texts even on yesterday that people were saying, you know what, I sold last night.
Wow.
I was present, but I'm looking forward to when you go live today, I'm going to give again.
Wow.
And that's what it's all about. I believe that on today, because this is focused on the community, we are going to also see community leaders. We are going to see business owners. We are going to see corporations that are going to come alongside us. We're going to see philanthropists, those that have a heart to really make a difference and give substance towards making a difference. I see large contributions and favor on today.
All right, well, we are excited, and we're getting ready to start today off, so make sure you share the broadcast and tag some people in.
We'll see you soon. Hello, I am Wes Warren.
And I am Shantae Warren, and we are the pastors of Elohim Kingdom Ministries and the founders of Bridging the Gap Community Family Development Center.
Over the years, we've noticed factors that have hindered the positive progression from people getting from where they currently are at to where they're destined to be.
So we understand that together we can truly make a difference.
Therefore, we have established educational platforms, programs, and resources that come to bridge those gaps.
So we are inviting you to become a difference maker during our Give Extravaganza, our Give-a-thon.
Partner with us. Together we can create change and make a difference.
Hey, welcome. We are here live in Studio B on today in our call center. And so we have these lovely ladies that are here today, and you all that is big. So we're here with the Gaps Community and Family Development Center, and we are here.
Are here, and not only are we here, one of our key words here are excitement, give, love. So we are here excited. Also, we want to challenge you all to give. Like I said before, last night was amazing. It was amazing. It was so amazing. God began to do some things, but also he challenged people in their giving. And not only was there a challenge, but everyone received the challenge, and people began to give. And also we just had an overflow, but also does not stop after today. I'm going to continue to post because I want people to continue to give. So we are excited here with Bridging the Gaps Community Family Development Centers, where we are truly giving back to the community and making a difference in the community. How we are taught how to give. That's amazing.
No, yes, it is. It always feels great when you're able to help someone else, because I can remember a time when I needed help and there were people there for me.
Yes.
So it feels good to be able to give back. So if you are watching this, we are here to compel you to be a part of this. Help us help others, and you can do so by dialing 1-844-8-CHANGE. Again, that's 1-844-8-CHANGE, and you can donations.
Yes, or you can make your donation with Cash App with $ Elohim Kingdom PayPal me/BTG Centers. Again, it should be going across the screen on the bottom. That way, all any amount, anything you can give, it just wants to propel you to give, to make the world a better.
Yes. And so at this time, we are going to send the broadcast to Studio A, where we will have, I believe it's Savannah.
Yes.
That's going to come forth. So back to Studio A.
When I look in the mirror, I see a girl, beautifully broken, perfectly flawed. I don't even know how I made it this far. And I'm asking myself questions like, why did I do it? Why did this happen to me? Then I said, you can get through it. You just have to believe what I do now. Gotta make it all count. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through the storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. And then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? Why not me? Why? One day I'm up, the next I'm down. Problems coming faster than I can count. Who can I run to? No one to talk to. Can somebody tell me what to do? Why did I do it? Why did this happen to me? You can get through it. You just have to believe what I do now. Gotta make it all count. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me. I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day. Oh, this is my moment. There's no turning back. It took me a while, but I have no regrets. I've given my all, letting go of the past. I'm not gonna break, and I won't be afraid. Oh, this is my moment. This is my time. Just move out my way, cause I'm not backing down. Now that I realize who I am, I'm alive. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? Why? Eh, why? Oh, why? Why? I can make it. I can take it. I won't break. No, 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 no. Oh, oh, why not me?
I didn't have no daddy. My mama passed away when I was 21, taking care of her. I was sprung out on drugs just like her, smoking weed, vaping, drinking. But I
important to have like-minded people around you to help you on your process, because that's helped me the most. And so I just want to say, look, don't give up. Don't give up. No matter what you are going through, God will always pick you up. Thank you, everyone.
Yo, 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 yo! What's up, everybody? I'm here with Radical and Radiant Youth Group. My name is Joshua Warren. This is
Asia Reddy. Brianna Warren.
Savannah Lawson.
Hello, everybody. We are here with Radical and Radiant Youth. First, I want to give honor to God, who is the head of my life, and then give honor to my spiritual leaders, Apostle West and Apostle Shantae Warren. Give honor to them, and then also give honor to everybody who is watching. Make sure you continue to tag, share, and invite people on, but also for this segment, tag on young people, young adults, even the young at heart, but young people especially, because we are going to talk a little bit about the youth and the young people, and even about why it is important, even at a young age, to give. So first, my first question that I would like to ask a little bit is for everybody to talk a little bit about why do you feel as a young person it's important to give? So we'll start with Josh.
I would say, check this out. For me, I think it's important. You say for young people to give? Yeah. For young people to give because it's planning a foundation. A lot of our young people, we are lost with no foundation. We're just flowing and going, but it's good to have that foundation there. You always need something to build upon. So I believe when young people begin to sow, it's not about an age, but where adults feel like that we can just, young people can live off of what our parents did, but it's not always like that. We have to set our own foundation. So I believe once we start to put our own seed in the ground, when we start to plant our own trees, our roots can run deep and we can be deeply rooted. So when the storms come, when the rain comes, when the winds get heavy, we have our own roots and we're not worried about anyone else's.
Hi, I would say personally for me, it's so important for young people to give, because even giving in the church, giving to the community, I think it's very important just because it's humbling. You know, when you give back, it does something to you. It helps you. You feel better, and it's not like you're just hoarding things. I know as young people, we grew up with, privileged lives and, getting things that we want. But when you give back to something, you feel it. Like, you feel like you're being a part of something. It's really a humbling experience when you, even if it's not of money, when you're giving up your time, passing out food in the community, it touches your heart. And for me, it opens you up to just so much, so much more, just being humble and just for your heart to be open to give and to help others.
That is definitely good. I would agree. Savannah, what about you?
I think giving is good because when we give, we're giving to God. And we usually just let our parents just spend stuff for us, but
That's
it's good to give.
Yes! That was good, Savannah. Everybody said pretty much everything that I would say. But to sum everything up it's definitely in giving and learning the principle and truly understanding what it is to give. Like Asia said, it's not just always in money. It can be in time. It can be anything of a reasonable service of giving back. So definitely I would agree with that. My next question will be, why do you think it's challenging to give? Why do you think it's challenging to give?
Personally, I would say the challenge for giving is always looking at, I think personally, it's looking at what you have. Like, well, if I give, like, what am I going to be left with? And I think that just honestly comes from a selfish mentality, just because we always get, we're going to get ours, and we're going to always have. And you think about what we do have, it won't hurt to give a little bit of what we have, just because, like I said, it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. So when you do give, you got to understand that God is not going to just leave you hanging. So I think that a struggle would be just thinking about what we have, like, wanting to hoard what we have.
That's good. Kind of to piggyback off what Asia said and to add a little something to it. Sometimes we just be looking like, man, that little Caesars look good. That new little T-shirt looking good right now, especially for young people. But it's just like in the Word it talks about give and you shall receive. So if we plant into a good thing, we're going to receive a good thing, even if you're making it practical. For all my people that play sports that's online watching, if you practice your sport a lot, you're going to get good results. If you lift weights, you go to the gym, you're going to get results. So when you plant, you're going to receive, you're going to get results.
I think it's challenging because sometimes, like, we might be greedy to not give or anything, because I have my own business, and it really don't hurt of not giving to this ministry, because there is a Bible verse, Acts 20:35. It's more blessed to give than to receive.
Come on with that. Come on with that.
I am so excited to have not only Asia and Josh aside alongside me, but Savannah from Radical and Radiant Youth. Yes, dropping knowledge and scripture. And I agree again and concur with what everyone is saying. And also, I feel like in this day and age, at this time, like Asia began to say, as far as we're going to get ours regardless. I feel like a lot of people in our generation, and just even in years before us, have the same mentality of getting their own. And so I know a lot of people say, I have to get this, I have to get that, the feeling the pressure of being successful. But just like they both said in the scripture, it talks about it's better to give than to receive. When you give, God is going to always make sure that you are good no matter what, whether it be your time, whether it be of your resources, and definitely to those who do have resources. Why wouldn't you want to help someone in need? Prophetess Kay said it earlier. It was once a time where we all were in need, and still to this day, we still have moments of needing. So therefore, be a blessing onto someone on today. Give. And like I said before, it is definitely a time to not only, of course, I don't want people to think I'm not saying to stay focused on you and that you are not important, but in this day and age that we are living in today, make sure that you are giving and giving back. So that definitely is important. But as far as to the young people, what would be your advice to them concerning giving? If you had to give any advice to a young person about giving, what would your advice be? And this time we'll start off with Savannah.
My advice to young people to give is try to like, it's summertime right now, so like try to maybe like get you like your own business to start getting money, and then raise it as a foundation for this ministry.
Come on, bag talk. She said get you a business. Come on, I like that. She said get to the bag. Can I go next since I'm already talking? Okay, yeah, I would say Savannah said it, get you a business, get you something to start with. But I would say, this is something my grandmother always taught me with sewing, was the 10%. So for young people, at least give 10% whatever you make. So if you make $10, give $1. If you make $20, that's $2. So just starting off somewhere. So you don't have to come out the gate sewing, if God is telling you do that, by all means do that. But start somewhere. So just start off with giving at least 10% of anything you make.
I would say personally, as you can see, you heard a lot about business, you heard a lot about startup, but that would not have been possible without BTG. Bridging the Gaps community, we have been pushed to start our businesses, we have been cultivated in our businesses, and BTG really empowers the young people to start businesses, how to be financially free. And that's what it's all about. This organization is an organization that wants to help push business, want to help push the community, want to help those in need. So I would say connect with BTG because it's really a powerful organization that helps empower young people. Each and every one of us sitting up here we have businesses. So I'm telling you, we got connected with BTG and we saw increase. I'm not just speaking for myself, but each and every one of us. So it's important to connect with an organization or with someone who's going to help push you toward your purpose, toward your destiny, so that you can understand giving, so that you can have to give. So that would just be my advice concerning giving, is to connect with BTG, because BTG is the foundation. It's all about pushing young people to purpose, helping them, and just understanding what it means to give back to the community. That's what BTG is.
Yes, and definitely to be able to be up here. Savannah, how old are you? 12 years old. You can see change definitely in the lives of our elders, our peers, adults. But when an organization is touching the lives of people starting at the age of 12, you're talking about somebody launching out into entrepreneurship at 12 years old and talking about seeing benefits, you have to connect and get with Bridging Community and Development Centers, because they are truly, and we are truly making a difference here in the community, not just for the adults and for those who are already wealthy, but for those who have a desire to learn, to do more, and to be a part. This truly here is a community, and we are going out into the world to try our best to make it a better place, and we need your help. Yes, there's a saying that one man can change the world, but can you imagine if a multitude of men decided to come together to change the world? It is so much that you can do. So again, I want to compel everybody who is on to tag, to share, and again, not just today, but even after today, to give to Bridging the Gaps Community Family and Development Centers, so that you can begin to see change, not just move in the earth, but right here around you. So we are excited, and we are here to make change.
We're back here in studio. And so again, we are here from community and family. And what we are doing, looking for the help of the local business owner, or how about you know a business owner? Why don't you into this live today, just to give you a little have done here with have been and been able to, a lot of people, $2 million worth of food we have been able to give out thus far, and we want to continue to do that. So we want you to give.
Yes, we want to do that. It's been amazing. I mean, literally, what the nonprofit organization has been doing in the community. It's been an amazing thing to witness and see, because we've been out in the community before the pandemic started. So people had started mid-pandemic and helping, but we have been ahead of time, passing food, like you said, over $1 million worth of food boxes. And I'm telling you, the founder of this organization has a heart for the community. And not only that, those volunteers that have been out there, I mean, I'm telling you, we've been out there when it was snowing, raining, cold, hot, all seasons we have been out there passing out food, and that just shows you again the heart that this organization has for the community. And not only that, we also were able to provide PPE equipment to small businesses, and also the educational system. So we for schools, we provided masks. And so again, we want you to partner with us. So those of you that are watching right now, I want to challenge you all to tag some people on and be a blessing to donate to this organization. Not only that, but those that may watch the replay of this or the rebroadcast of this, we want you again to get this in the face of business owners and people that you may be in connection with, or even yourself. Make sure that you all are calling that number again, 844-8-CHANGE. So we want you to call that number that's rolling at the bottom of your screen, or you can use the payment methods that are there. I'm excited because, again, we have so things that we have planned in the community, and we want to do that. I mean, we've helped people with buying properties and assist them with utility bills and rental bills and things that they have to pay for housing. And so we are just excited, and that's something that you do. You know, here in the organization, we have people that operate in vast areas of life, because that's what we need. Apostle always says something that's really good. The founder organization always tells us that it's one thing, because again, we're faith-based, so it's one thing to pray for somebody and to help them, but it's another thing in addition to be able to pray for them and also say, okay, hey, we're going to help you out, and we're going to begin to buy some groceries for you, or we'll be able to take care of this month's utilities for you, so you won't have that burden or have that stress to deal with. So I'm excited about what we have planned here. Again, we want you all to begin to call that number, not only call that number, but again, donate. Shouldn't they tag people on
yes,
the
you should.
feed?
I was just going to say, you need to tag as many people as you can, because listen, as I believe they talked about in the last segment, that it takes a multitude of people to be able to help even more people. So you need to begin to tag people. No judgment. Don't think about whether they can or they can't. Just begin to tag them, because I'm telling you now that we are doing something great in the community. It just blows my mind every time I think about everything that we have done and everything that we're going to continue to do. And so we're asking that you partner with us, that you become a difference maker, that you become a change agent, that you partner with us and not only tag, but you begin to make your contribution.
Yeah, and in a time span, I mean, as far as the ministry goes, it's going on 4 years. I believe the nonprofit may have started before, but as far as it being I1C3, I believe it's going on 3 years maybe. As far as having that status, maybe 2.5, 3 years. But again, we are excited about everything that we have been doing. And so again, we want you to share this with your groups. Some of you all, I've shared it with some of the groups that I'm in on Facebook. So I want you to share this broadcast with some of the groups that you may be in on Facebook, community groups, ministry groups, whatever it is that you may be, athletic groups, educational groups. Share it with them again so that we can get this before them, because again, any contribution may help. Listen, we want to build our distribution center, a place where we can go and distribute the food, a place where people can come again for resources and help. So again, we're excited, and as you're continuing to share, again, we'll be back up after this short commercial. God bless you, and keep sharing in Jesus' name.
We're living in a sick world. I know you heard me, and we can't stand alone, nobody else. I'm glad we got 2020 up out the way. I'm praying the future will bring us better days, and it ain't hard to say goodbye to yesterday, 'cause we lost.
I just want to let you know that this program has been very beneficial for my family in the time of need. So we want to thank you, and we'd like for you to extend the program if you would, please. Thank you. God bless you.
The whole world is going up yonder, but I know you're watching us from up there. Let your people know you still care. Send your love now to clear the air. Oh, please, Lord, clear the air. Living in a sick world, but
say that it has truly been a blessing to get the food today. My son had a stroke, unable to work, and I'm his caretaker, and I can't work. So any little thing that the church can do for the public is very appreciated. Thank you.
Bridging the Gaps Community and Family Development Center at Elohim Kingdom Ministries. We are so excited because we come to bridge the gaps. We offer programs for the family where we do relationship education, and this campus is going to house a schooling, a community resource center, through our spiritual empowerment center. We are meeting the needs spiritually, and through our development center, we are providing education and other resources like career and technical education.
Welcome to the second annual Give-a-thon hosted by Elohim Kingdom Ministries and Bridging the Gap Community and Development Centers. My name is Christina and I'm the founder of Kingdom Wealth Coaching. We exist to help believers rewire their money mindset and teach them that kingdom wealth is built or created by faith and not by the hustle. I am so excited and honored this year to be chosen by Elohim Kingdom Ministries to give a brief presentation on the importance of giving. Let's dive into the presentation. All right, everyone. So God put this teaching, The Gift That Keeps on Giving, on my heart, specifically for this give-a-thon. Now, usually when one receives a gift, it's a one-time deal. If I were to give you $1,000 right now, when I transfer the $1,000 into your hands, that's it. You walk away, I walk away. However, in the kingdom, God created a special gift that even when it's transferred, it goes on into eternity to last forever. This gift is love. And God wants you and I to understand that giving starts and ends from a place of love. But not just any love, specifically His love. And so let's dive into the top 3 reasons sowing into this give-a-thon right now at this moment is extremely important to God and the kingdom. Number 1, Abba has so generously given to us first. Apart from the love of God, we are nothing and we have nothing. The Bible tells us that yet while we were separated from His love, He still poured out His love in abundance. And along with His love comes gifts. And so we read Isaiah 43:4, which says, because you are precious in my sight, you are honored and I love you. That's God talking to us. And Ephesians 2:4, but God being so very rich in mercy, because of His great and wonderful love with which He loved us first. When we closely study the word, we will see that from the beginning, Abba is giving to us everything we will ever need to live a full, whole, and abundant life. Now, this is not a complete list, but just look at some of the things He gives us. His very breath, life, freedom through salvation of Christ, eternal life from our right relationship because of the cross, the Holy Spirit, power and authority, new mercy and grace every single day, His goodness and His nature, the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of peace, blessings and increase, an inheritance, ownership, dominion, territory, seed, production of wealth, creative abundance. I mean, look at all His goodness. We need nothing. He literally gives us everything. Out of His completeness, He makes us complete. And because He is so generous, He has literally given us His nature and capacity to love others in the same manner. And so, number 2, Abba commands us to generously love or give back. In other words, we are His ambassadors for the kingdom. We are what God chooses as His representatives. If we look at John 15:12, it says that this is my commandment, that you love and unselfishly seek the best for one another, just as I have loved you. And then 1 John 3:17. But whoever has adequate resources and sees his brother in need, but has no compassion for him, how does the love of God live in him? So money should never have a hold on us to the point where we can't walk in love towards those whom Abba is concerned about. When we get to the place that we are pouring back out just as much as Abba is pouring in, it shows him that, number one, we are completely dependent on him only as our source for all things. And number two, we are operating from a place of faith. So when a ministry that you're connected to, like Elohim Kingdom Ministry, comes along as a forerunner, partnering with the kingdom to transform a community, hesitation and fear should not exist. But joy and love, compassion, to be the representative that partners with them to shift the narrative of Detroit and Metro Detroit. You have the capability to show the world how much love is in Detroit. Listen, Elohim Kingdom Ministries is doing some major things. They are providing family resources and spiritual and economic empowerment to the community. Do you know how powerful this is? This mission becomes a success when people like you and I can come together and give to make an impact. Out of our abundance that God has already given to us, we should pour back out in a good measure to others. And lastly, when you generously give, you please the Father. Throughout the word, Abba promises to multiply those in abundance who are obedient to love. Him first, then those around them. And so we look at Luke 6:38. It says, give, and it will be given to you. They will pour into your lap a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, with no space left for more. For with the standard of measurement you use when you do good to others, it will be measured to you in return. Love is the gift that keeps on giving because it reciprocates itself continually, non-stop. Just envision this for a minute. God gives to us abundantly. We receive what he gave. We then turn and give in abundance to others. They receive what we gave. God turns back around and gives back to us in overflow and abundance again because we were obedient to pour out. We receive again. We pour back out again. Others receive again. God pours back in again. And this is just us, the cycle just continues, like there is a never end to this cycle. Just think about that for a moment. Nothing else outside of his love has the ability to do this. Let me quickly share a personal story with you guys. So in the fall of 2014, God had just really started to work on me. I didn't know at the time that he was calling me to be a wealth coach. I didn't know at the time that he was going to use me to change or shift the narrative of kingdom finances. So it all started with him changing my heart towards giving in abundance. And so I started to have compassion on certain people. He started to show me certain people and tell me certain amounts to give. There were times where I even gave like whole paychecks. There were times where I had worked at a auditing firm, a CPA, public CPA firm, and I had went to a client's office one time, and one of the administrators were really crying because her utilities was getting ready to be shut off. And so I mailed anonymously mailed the payment that she had said into the office, right? Certain things like this that God was really pushing me to do in abundance. Now, I was in debt myself at this time. There was a lot of things going on financially, but his love just started pouring out in me. And he was teaching me a different way of living by faith versus living by the way of the world. Little did I know that the next year, the following year, I was literally going to walk into my own house without, really coming out of my pocket with anything. And so that was like the fall of 2014. Now, if we fast forward to the summer of 2015, I had just came into a point where I started making enough money to get off housing assistance, Section 8, and things like that. Now, a little backstory, I grew up on government assistance, housing assistance. When I had my daughter at 19, I went on housing assistance and government assistance. So at this point, about 28 years now, I was operating from this economic system, the government's economic system. And God was transferring me over to his economic system. And so in order to do that, you have to tap into an abundance of giving. And so that summer, I had just got off Section 8. And like a couple weeks later, just some stuff started happening in my apartment building, and it was like an immediate urgent move. And so as I'm looking for other apartments to move into, God said, no, you're going to buy a house. And I said, buy a house? Like, I don't even know anybody that has a house around me. Not only that, like, I just got off of an assistance program. Like, I was scared. What if I can't make the payments? I'm resorting back to my old mentality, the old way of living. And so he said, no, buy a house. Make a long story short, I was obedient. I started looking for houses. I started writing down in a notebook all the things I wanted in this house. And 3 months later, literally 3 months later, after my obedient move, I walked into my house. Now, there are certain things you need. There's certain finances you need to buy a house, closing costs, insurance costs up front, different things like that. What the crazy part is, when I walked into the closing, the seller had to give me a paycheck. And I'm not talking about a couple $100. I'm talking about a couple $1,000. That covered the insurance payment and everything that I needed to go along with that. And normally in a typical situation, that does not happen. Normally when you're at the closing, you're the one giving out money. But I received money back. Not only that, my house was appraised for like $7,000 to $8,000 higher in value. Now, all that I received, closing costs, I didn't have to pay anything. I walked into my house paying nothing, not even furniture, nothing. And all that I have received, my giving did not equate to that amount. And so it's crazy how God's system operates. It seems crazy, it seems non-logical, but it's logical to the kingdom. And so it's also important to note that we are not giving to receive something in return, but we are giving because the love of God freely gives to us in abundance. And because we are clothed in his nature and we are to freely give in abundance, that is why we do it. Now, when we're obedient to do that, he promises to pour back into us until we overflow. And so I really want you guys to just let the love of Christ compel you right now to give to this ministry. They have some major projects coming up. They're trying to revitalize the community of Detroit and Metro Detroit. They're trying to do things like purchase a distribution center and a school campus. And none of this can be possible without your love, without you pouring your love out for this city, for this ministry. This is what kingdom is all about. When we can administer love in such a way that causes people to praise and thank God, that's what it's all about. And I know the Holy Spirit is drawing on some of your hearts to give at a capacity that feels uncomfortable and unusual. But be obedient because it's the love of the Father trying to elevate you. And this is a safe space. You're in his love. He wants to bring you to a new season, a new place. He wants you to conquer something different. He wants you to overcome financial adversity. And so what you give generously and cheerfully, he will pour back into you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over until you have no space left for more. And I don't know about you, but that's the love that I would rather receive instead of the love from the world. So go forth and be blessed as you give to Elohim Kingdom Ministry. Amen. Thank you for listening to the love of the Father. His desire is to increase you beyond measure. Give today, and I guarantee you, he will give back unto you in overflow and abundance. Elohim Kingdom Ministries cannot do this without you. We are all in this together. Be blessed.
We are back here in Studio B, and the phones are ringing, and people are giving, and we are excited for what God is doing on today. You do not want to miss this opportunity to give, changing lives, being a part of something big, being a part of something that is life changing. I'm telling you, you want to call. Go ahead and pick up that phone and call 8448 change. Pick it up now. The phones are ringing. We have people on the lines ready to answer your call.
Yes, better it is to give than to receive. That has just been resonating with me. It's been literally weighing on me ever since yesterday when I've heard it. And even like Savannah said, when we were sitting in the youth segment, so good about giving and receiving. And giving is such an amazing thing. It helps you to feel good, and you could even see the change. You can see your money moving when you start to give, especially when I'm talking about right now, bridging the gaps. You will be able to see the beauty in your dollar, and you can say, wow, I contribute to making a difference here in the earth. I contributed. And any type of way, like I said before, any type of way is giving. But right now we are simply asking that you would partner with us and that you would give, whether it be $1, whether it be $5. But what I want to continue to challenge unto you is to truly dig deep and to give, because we are all about making a difference. Like it's been said before, we have given over $1 million of food back into the community, over $1 million worth of food. So I am telling you, if that is just what we are a part of and that's the beginning of it, I cannot wait to see what years to come it's going to look like here with Bridging the Gaps community.
And we are excited because Bridging the Gap is continuing to help the community. You're talking about helping people pay bills, helping people expand, helping people do exactly what we are supposed to do in the community. We are excited. We are so excited because Bridging the Gaps Community Family and Development Center is all about meeting the needs of the total person. No matter what that looks like, we need your help. We desire your help. And like she said, how great would it be to see the distribution center and understand that you had a part in that. I helped see that when we're feeding over millions of people, when we're buying millions of homes for other people. How great would it be to say, I donated, I gave. We just want to give a thank you to some people who have given thus far.
Yes, so like Asia said, continue to give. Please give. Even throughout the week, if you want to give, don't just stop your giving to after today. Give. So first we would like to thank is it Rashida? Yep, Rashida Myrie. We thank you for your contribution, your contribute to the Bridging the Gaps Community and Development Center. We want to give honor even right now to Kay Reddy. Thank you so much for sowing and giving $1,000. $1,000. Wow, this is amazing. Also, I know last night we will continue to go over. We went over some of these names, but we have some names that I did not hear over the broadcast. Christopher Upshaw, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contributing, and I am excited that you gave, and I ask that God will continue to bless you even for that and for you giving. Next, is it Gila Cooper from Jalea. Okay, want to make sure I get it right. Jalea Cooper, thank you for your giving. We even had Genesis Maple. thank you for your giving. The Myries, thank you for your giving. And I'm so excited even looking at these numbers. We're talking about people sowing $1,000, $200, and even more. And it just brings me so much joy to know that people are excited and they're truly putting their faith in the vision. And if you would like to give, you can call in right now. I am telling you, we will be here to answer your call, to greet you with a loving smile, even though you can't see our smiles, but to get what it is that we need so that you can give and you can contribute to this lovely cause. If you want to make a change in the earth, start today. Start here with BTG. And you can even make monthly pledges. You can make monthly pledges.
You can make a monthly pledge. How easy is that? You can make a monthly pledge. You can even call in for that. 1-844-8-CHANGE and let them know that you want to make a monthly contribution. And you know what makes it even better? You don't even have to remember to pay it. It will automatically just come out. How easy is that? You are giving, your heart is open, and guess what? God honors that. So if you would like to make a monthly pledge, weekly pledge, bi-weekly pledge, twice a month, we can do exactly what we can meet your needs so you can help us meet their needs. How about that? So if you want to make a monthly pledge, go ahead and call in 844-8-CHANGE and let them know that you would like to make a monthly contribution. Partner with us. We need each other. Partner with us today. 844-8-CHANGE.
Nobody stopping my shine. They try to break me, try to take me out, but I got Jesus on my side. Felt so bad I thought I would die, but ain't no power stronger than the one that came and laid down his life. And I got mountains to climb, but the enemy can't stop me, cause there's a calling on my life. So when I'm crying, don't last too long, cause he gon' step in and make it alright. Won't he do it? He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Oh yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed how it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. I'm about to lose it again. I'm about to let him know where I'm from. Don't take me there again. I just call on Jesus, my friend. Get me back in line one more time, cause he's always listening. Ain't nobody perfect, everybody's hurting. Need to whisper, Lord, save me from my weaknesses, cause you're always on time. Come and get your breakthrough, cause I'm gon' get mine. Won't he do it? He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Oh yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed how it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. You see what the enemy had planned for my downfall turned out to be the greatest victory of my life. Cause when it comes at you fast and hard, there's only one that could come and make it right. So ain't no need for stressing and crying, cause he gon' show up just like he did the last time. And the last time, and the last time, I know. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yeah. Say he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Oh yes he will. Yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be all times. Wanna do it, so I trust him at all times. Wanna do it, I know he will, so I trust him at all times. All times, so I trust him at all times.
What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's afternoon is going well. I'm going to do a song for you guys. I wrote this song a couple days ago. It's talking about us just staying patient and waiting on God. So do not forget, while I'm going forth, text that number 8448-CHANGE and make a difference in the community. Can you turn that for me?
Change.
Look, woke up this morning feeling impatient, steady asking God like when I'm gonna make it. He said, Jay, stay focused, be patient. Living too fast, had to slow down like the Matrix. In God's timing, we all gonna prevail. Killing demons, put a hit out on hell. TTP, trust the process, that's knowledge for sale. Pay attention in life, it's about the details. 247, 365. Stay focused, my mind on the grind. Keep working, we all gon' shine. Be patient, just wait your time in line. Look, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, that's 3 on me. Striped up like I got Adidas on me. Time to go to work, about to clock in. Shot clock running down, that's Mamba for the win. Whole team clutch, you don't wanna see us. We family, Zach and Cody, Venus and Serena. Tryna make a dub, get it out the mud. Hard hat, steel toe, I'ma fix it up. 247, 365. Stay my mind on the grind. Keep working, we all gon' shine. Stay patient, just wait your time in line. Look, got a call from my bro like what the word is. I said it's time to get focused, I'm talking square biz. He said, bro, you preaching to the choir. I said no cap, meet me in about an hour. 247, 365. Stay focused, my mind on the grind. Keep working, we all gon' shine. Be patient, just wait your time in line. Look, 247, 365. Stay focused, my mind on the grind. Keep working, we all gon' shine. Stay patient, just wait your time in line. We gotta stay patient, we gotta wait our time in line, and God is gonna come through for us. So text that number 8448-CHANGE and make a difference on today.
We appreciate you so much. My husband and I don't need food so much today, but I have so many people that are shut-ins, that are elderly, that are afraid to leave because of the COVID, and we are so happy to be able to come over here and get these boxes and take them and have them fed. You can't even imagine what a difference it is for them. Last week they got eggs and butter and milk, and they were literally crying to have all these things. So it is such a good feeling all week. You know, I wait literally every Wednesday. I don't make a plan just so I can be here to help all these folks. So we appreciate Bridging the Gaps for sure. Y'all are difference makers. Absolutely.
All right.
100%. God bless y'all.
God bless you too. We're going to have you pull on up so we can load you up.
All right. You guys have a beautiful day.
You too.
impacting somebody's life. Love is actually caring for somebody more than you care for yourself. And if God is love, then we are all commanded to love. What people forget is that when God blew his breath into the dirt, that made the man. So there's nothing in this world that's living that God's breath is not in keeping living. So we have to understand when we're loving our brothers, when we're helping our brothers, when we're making a difference, whatever it is. Some people just need a hug, a smile, maybe a couple dollars to get by, even an encouraging word, a word of hope, because the world doesn't have a lot of hope today. And if you can do this for every single person as you're led by the Holy Spirit, because only they know what you need. And if you can do that, then you've done your job for the day. And I know that God's smiling about it because the God in you loves the God in me. It's the only way it can happen. We
Wow. What an awesome occasion. I'm telling you, it's nothing like allowing God to use us to be the answer to someone else's prayer. And if you'd like to connect with us, if you'd like to partner with us in creating change and making a difference, we want you to call in on today, 1-844-8-CHANGE. The needs of the people are continuous, and so we're looking for those with a heart to give, with a heart to make a difference, to set up ongoing contributions. A little goes a long ways when we all connect and we all do our part. And so I'm excited. I'm thankful for those that have seen the vision. I'm thankful for those that have partnered with us thus far. And we're even more excited for those that are going to partner, because I'm telling you, not only do we want to continue the food pantry, not only do we want to continue with the Family Resource Center, we are looking to expand and obtain the campus where we can have our education educational component where we can have the apostolic distribution center, and we're looking to have a space where we can house programs such as our men, our kingsmen, where we have the men that are wise, the older men, coming together with the younger men that are strong. And in our community now, there's a narrative of an absence of the presence of a man. And I'm telling you that there are men out here that are present. There are men out here that are responsible, that are accountable. There are men out here that are setting a great example, that are modeling. And we want to begin to create a space and draw more attention to that. We want to begin to show that in our communities and communities at large, that there are men, good men. And all it takes is a few good men to change a nation, to change a household, to change a world. And I'm so excited that on today, I am surrounded by some young men, going to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. And we're just going to dialogue a little bit more about the impact that the men and the young men and the presence of a male that we're able to make. And that's why we're asking you to contribute to change, because we want to continue to create a space where we can have more time for men and young men to come together and to dialogue about not only the issues that are plaguing one another, but the issues that are within, that we can begin to share testimony, that we can begin to share best practice, that we can begin to have question and answer sessions, that we really can listen to the heart of one another, and that we can learn from one another. Because I understand and I believe that when men are on one accord, that literally the atmosphere changes, and it's about time, and it's time for us to continue to have those conversations. So again, we want you to connect. We want you to give 1-844-8-CHANGE, 1-844-8-CHANGE. If you'd like to see where men are active, where young men and older men are coming together and dialoguing and empowering one another, we want you to give so we can continue our Kingsmen and we can advance with other programs, even such as career to work programs and things of that nature. So introduce yourself and let's begin to have a dialogue. We have a few minutes to talk about the importance of the young and the wise.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Warren.
Hey everybody, my name is Darrell Myrie.
My name is Washawn Warren, and we are again excited. We are here. I believe that during this segment, I think that it's important that we address, as my dad said, that I believe that the narrative has to change, that from beating down that there's no male presence, that there is male presence, acknowledging those that have stayed the course and that are present and doing their responsibilities. But also in that, I believe that the assignment of, I would just say, the enemy or even just the world is to try to get us as well to not see our value and to back down and to try to run. Something that stuck with me this morning, I was having a conversation with a young lady, and we began to talk about male presence and importance of that in our communities, and don't know how much that makes a difference. And I believe that sometimes we can kind of let ourselves get to ourselves, if that makes sense, and push ourselves into like a corner, into a separate space, because sometimes we feel like, hey, I can do it on my own, I've been this way, this is how it's operated. And I believe that we had to change that perspective of tough love with the man. And I know I'm kind of skating away to this, but this just came to my mind, that growing up, I believe that men are always taught tough love. Think about it, you fall, and your dad or whoever is looking at you like, get up, you a man, you don't cry, you don't do this. And we don't look at that as it can affect us later on in life. I think we look at it like differently, but it's a taught behavior, all while doing that. If you don't be careful with the balance of that, is teaching your son that I gotta be strong, I gotta be brave. I can't have moments of this actually hurts, this stings. Can I cry? Is it okay? Is it okay? And so for so long, I believe that you know, and not just small situations like that, but when things happen, men are always taught like, hey, you a man, you know, you gotta, you know, that 14-year-old boy, that 16-year-old boy, you know, conversations between father and son, a lot of times in the community, it's always that you gotta, you know, you gotta bounce back instead of saying, hey, it's okay. You know, and one of the things I can acknowledge about my father is that it taught us how to be emotional sensitive because he always been transparent. So if he was dealing with something or he seen us dealing with something, he would tell us it's okay to cry. It's okay to be like, and learning a balance. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, you just allow your son to just walk around like, you know, 24/7, but learning the balance of, you know, it's okay because it's taught us to be sensitive to that emotional state. And it's hard because as a man, again, it's a barrier there which blocks your growth, which blocks your sensitivity, which blocks your development. So when things begin to happen, you kind of go into this cave and go into this barricade and walls because that's what you've been taught. It's barriers. That's what's going to protect you. That's what's going to stop the pain is the barrier. Instead of saying, maybe if I allow, you know, this little alcohol or whatever it is to come in this sore and this pain a little bit, it'll heal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's really good. That takes me to, with me, with being a teacher over the summer for the youth and noticing their reactions to a male presence. I'm the only male teacher in this program. And the young men in this program have a wall up so strong, they don't want to show any vulnerability. So my way to try to get them to understand is to build trust. So I try not to like show them, like you said, tough love, like, okay, like, all right, sit down, be quiet, like be so tough on them because that's the only way they know how to receive it. But I'm trying to show them a different way to receive the love just by explaining to them like, okay, you don't always have to have your guard up. Once you being able to trust someone, that's why I try to have different conversations with them, such as like, okay, what's going on with your life right now? Like, what's happening? What's going on? How's your day going? You know, I took a technique from Dr. West was each and every morning I asked them, are you red, yellow, or green? And so we kind of explain. If someone said that they read, then later on in the class, I sit them to the side and I talk to them. So that way I can build that trust with them. So that way they don't have to have such a wall up, and they're always on the defense. They're always on defense. So it's like, okay, how can I get a strategy to kind of get in there and kind of show them how to receive love in a different way?
I want to add on to what you just said about that communication. I think a lot of times with men and young men, that is where the line is no communication. Since we're always taught to be macho, always taught to be so hard, it's like once you just simply ask a man, how are you, and get in that vulnerable state, a lot of times they will say, you really care? You actually want to know how I feel? You know, because it's never been asked, you know, how are you? How, you know, are you red, yellow, or green? You know, so a lot of times with men, it just comes down to having that real conversation, which would allow them to see that it's actually good men around me, and actually not everyone has it out for me. You know, I actually can lean on my brother.
I think that all of you all raise a good point, and that's why it's all about communication. And that's why communication is so important, because sometimes we have learned behaviors and behaviors that need to be unlearned. And so I think even as Prophet Washan was speaking, yes, as men, we have to be resilient. As men, we have to stand up, and we have to, so part of that, I believe we have to do a better job of encouraging a man to let us know that our capacity is that you can get up, that you can bounce back, that you can overcome. However, we understand that you also can hurt, that you also can fall short, that you also can struggle. And so we have to do a good job of letting us know that it's all part of the process, that no, it's not going to just be where you fall and you twist your ankle, that it's not going to hurt. But yes, it's going to hurt. However, you do have to get up. And you do have to walk on that thing and let some blood start circulating to it. And yes, when you have a cut, yes, sometimes you have to cover the cut. But you also have to open it up and let some of that antibiotic ointment get in there. Put some alcohol. My mom used to use this thing called mercurochrome. You know, get in there, it's red, and it would burn. But it would heal from the inside out. So I believe that, again, that's why we have to have that space so we can communicate, so we can understand. So when you understand, then you can learn to adapt. You can learn of how to adjust and how to move forward. So it's all about strengthening and helping our perception of getting a better, not this false expectation. And that's why I believe that communication is good, having a space where we can communicate one with another, but also having a space where we can communicate with the Creator, the one that has the divine design for our lives.
And I think that was good. I was about to take it back to that. I believe you said something that was key, is just looking at when to and when not to. And your level of sensitivity will teach you, okay, do I approach? And I can commit, I know, again, like we came to another place in our relationship when you learn, like me, I guess, how to say, when, I'll give an example. My mom may be like, blah, 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 let's do this. And then you're like, well, no, I know how to and when to, because I've raised them, I've taught them, so I know, okay, at this season or at this point, this is the approach. We need to let them hurt a little bit. We need to talk to them, but let them feel this. Okay, no, we need to go in, cover, because that's what's needed. So I believe that, again, it's finding that balance, but just wanted to touch on that because that was very good. But I believe one of the things also I know that God had been dealing with me about is just men getting back to the place of the altar and the place of, position themselves with God. And if you're, a community leader, positioning yourselves around those that have good morale, those that have, understand community, those that understand development, those that understand building goals, aspirations, but also those that have a relationship with God, because I believe that that's important. And I believe that one of the things that we see now is that I believe that there's not just a lack of male presence. I believe that that's kind of arising. But I believe one of the things that we're struggling with now is like friendly fire, like where men are all coming together, but now, like rising with their movements or rising with something that, they want to build. But I think one of the things that we have to learn now is how do we, what is the word you use? Coming together and unified, but I can't remember the word. Connection, something like that. But anyway, coming together and seeing how can we fit, how does this puzzle, okay, I'm a leader in this region and I have this, and you're a leader here, a community leader here, and you have this. How can we connect? How can we fit this into one big puzzle? Because again, we're bigger and we can affect more together than we do separated. So we have a lot of men that are not just accomplishing goals, but lack level of effectiveness, then we're struggling. But we have to have it the other way around, because we have a lot of people that can start things and do things, and it don't be effective. And that's what we see. We see men starting this and starting a business, start doing that, but really taking the time to sit back and see how can we make what I'm trying to accomplish effective.
Yes, and so we definitely, we need more time allocated for men and young men, and we need that space. And these are just some of the things, and we have a few more minutes, some of the things that we desire to do, that we do at Bridging the Gap Community and Family Development Centers, as well as Elohim Kingdom Ministries. And we want you all to give. So we want you to support. If you want to see effective change and you want to see this space and have a space for activities such as this, we want you to give 1-844-8-CHANGE. 1-844-8-CHANGE.
I was going to say also pride. That's a big thing within the men. So when we need help, we don't want to ask for it. When we see another community leader doing something well, we don't want to reach out to like, hey, can you help me? Or how did you do this? Or can we collaborate? Or anything like that. Collaborate, yeah. How can we collaborate with one another in a community to ultimately make the world a better place, to change it, to shift it? Because once you be able to come together, then that's when a lot of things can happen. A lot of shifting can happen. We can't do it by ourselves. And that's another reason why I like working with the youth, and I do a lot of team activities, because I have to show them that they can't do it by themselves. And a lot of these youth are in challenging situations where they feel like they have to do it by themselves. So if I force them in a team where they have to rely on one another, then that kind of opens them up as well. But I think pride is another thing that definitely damaged the men.
I just want to add, if I can, one more thing. It's in our nature as men. It's in our nature to lead. So it's time for us to come together and just make a difference. It's a lot of things about just talking about it, but it's time for us to be about it. It's just something about male presence. It's just something about when there's men together, men on the premises, just when there's men on the ground, just when men are together, it just does something, not only in the spirit, but also in the natural. So, man, it's time for us to come together.
You heard it from the young men. I'm telling you that we are excited. We are excited about creating change, and it's in us. As men, we were given dominion. We were given power. We were given authority. We were given access. We were given the ability to steward. We were given the ability to manage. We were given the ability to raise up, to develop. And so now it's just about getting again to know who we are. Getting again to know who we were created to be, and also beginning to acknowledge what's on the inside of us. There's two narratives every morning that we wake up. We have the voice of the enemy, the voice of the world, and then we have the voice of God. And one thing that we understand is that the enemy of our mind, of our soul, comes to kill, steal, and destroy. How does he do that? He does it through weakening our courage. He does it through separating our families. He does it through trying to cause division to destroy the vision. But I'm telling you that we are men that are going to the Creator to hear his design plan, to hear his design purpose. And we are men that are going to hold fast to family. We are men that are going to be responsible, accountable. We are men that are setting the precedence of rising up the standard. We are men that don't run and hide. We are men that when we do go into a cave, it's to get instruction, but we come out ready to battle. I'm telling you that we are men that are rising up with a collaborative mindset, with a kingdom mindset, with a mindset to change the next generation, but with also a mindset to effect change now. And if you want to connect with us, we are asking you to connect with us. 1-844-8-CHANGE. We're going to go to a video. People are calling in all across the nation. Together, everyone achieves more. Again, tag a friend, tag a philanthropist, tag a business owner, tag someone with a heart to make a change. 1-844-8-CHANGE. Let's do it together, y'all. Let's make a difference.
Hey, Chewy, you a fool for this one, bro. Like, this one about to go stupid. It's got to, bro. Like, it's too crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Mike. Teasy. Yeah. Ay, how them shake? Dance to the shake. Ay, get price. Ay, get price. Ay, whoa. Hold on. Give them price. Ay, give them price. Ay, wow. Revolution. Revolution. Why? Shake. What you feeling, what you want, son? Who you calling to, son? You know Jesus is the truth, son. Living water in my cup like it's juice. I had chance of meeting, got came many loose. Never full of lies like a yellow sky in the blue sun. Either life or death on this journey, you gotta choose one. Never come to steal and I ain't even tryna lose one. Think I got the victory, ain't gotta wonder who won. Yeah, now who wants some? No, we got the upper hand like it's 2-on-1. Ain't no way for you to hide, nah, you can't run. You gotta be hotter and spit you out like some food ain't done. Ay, revolution. Any problem but God the solution. Yeah. Should've died, I can't lie, that's the truth, son. Never tried many times, he can't do nothing. Oh. Do you want a revolution? Do you want a revolution? Do you dance? Go ahead, yeah. Do you dance? Do you want a revolution? Do you want a revolution? Never tryna catch me slipping, open and wishing. When I hear the voice of God, I gotta listen. Supposed to multiply the kingdom, but y'all bring division. So I'm staying on my job, I got a mission. Speaking faith on everything that think I'm optimistic. A revolution coming, I ain't even politicking. The whole world need God, cause without him we be like a plane flying about to crash because the pilot missing. Too many bars, I'm the new age pun. When I walk there, they be mad like where this dude came from. Devil bringing knives to a fight, what's that 2A gun? I got the sauce, I'm raising stakes like I'm 2A1. Ay, revolution. Many problems, but God the solution. Should've died, I can't lie, that's the truth, son. Never tried many times, he can't do nothing. Oh.
Zay. Think it's time to do it again. Yeah. Gorilla Faith.
I've been telling mountain moon, get out my way. I've been knocking down demons like a heavyweight. Roar of the lion, Judah, boom boom baby. I'm talking real big. I got gorilla faith. Even if I fall, I'll never hit the ground. I'm so high, you can never bring me down. Even if my enemies surround me, not afraid. I eat the mustard seeds. I got gorilla faith. 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 I got gorilla faith.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, we need you to tag some ladies. Tag about 5 ladies in each. Everyone who's on, those of you up here, tag some ladies in because we are going to talk to you a little bit about woman to woman. I'm just ecstatic about what God is doing here. And just this time of the year, I was just kind of basking in it in the back. I was looking in the control room and all of the kind of the behind the scenes that go on. Maybe next year, that's something we can add so people can kind of see like the behind the scenes work that goes into this, some of the bloopers and blunders and all of that kind of stuff that goes on behind to allow us to, this time to come forth. And then I just wanted to share the young people segment. We actually had young people giving. We had young people giving. Listen, I was just notified that we had some young people give. 12 and 10 years old. 12 and 10-year-old sold $100 seed. I mean, like, that's just amazing. These are the type of things that Bridging the Gaps and just at EKM that we definitely encourage, and we're proud about that. You know, that that they had it on their heart to want to be a part and to join in. The young people here, they are an amazing group of young people, phenomenal, and even those who may not be necessarily a part of our ministry, but they partner with us. And that's what we have been talking about, partnerships and how powerful partnering can be. But we're here to talk about woman to woman. I mean, we love woman to woman. It's an awesome organization that was founded some years ago. This is probably going on, I have to really count, probably maybe about like almost 12 years now. I have to really get the numbers. I'm gonna get back to you on that. But I never forget when God had gave me the vision for it, and I was studying, just kind of, admiring different women, and I was out and just looking around, and the Lord gave me, he said, beauty from the inside out. And I heard it, and it just resonated with me. I'm like, beauty from the inside out. And he said, yeah, I want you to begin this movement for women, because a lot of times we spend a lot of time on our exterior, but we don't really take care of the internal. You know what I'm saying? We don't spend as much time as we do. You want to make sure you got your lashes. You want to make sure, come on, the edges is on fleek, and your lashes looking good. Makeup is flawless. Come on, your face has. Somebody told me, I had never heard this. They say, I had my makeup done. Actually, it was by Asia. They said your face was beat to the gods. I said, oh, wow. I said, now, I had not heard that one. But, we do, and it's nothing the matter with that. You like to look good, you feel good, and looking
but then
good.
Your attitude comes from hell.
Right, exactly. But the inside of us, our emotions are all over. You don't know, you almost had a nervous breakdown before you left out of the house, and we come out and we say, hi, everybody, and hey, and this, that, and we go about, making it happen during the day, because that's just most of the time what women do. And I think that we're just taught that. We watched our grandmothers, we watched our mothers, and we say, man, they were just strong, and how did they do it all, and, not go crazy. So we learn this thing about we have to be strong. So I really don't have a lot of time to deal with emotionally what's going on with me. I'll deal with it later, but woman to woman really tries to focus on the inside, really dealing with what's going on the inside of us. And this is why I love every time that we have an opportunity to come together, to meet, to whatever it is, because it's nothing like having a true sisterhood. And another reason is also to break down the barriers that women cannot get along. Women can get along, and I challenge women who just say, when a bunch of women get together, they just can't get along. I challenge you to look at yourself. And a lot of times what women will find is that because we have been hurt in relationships, we have been rejected, or people have talked about us or made fun of us or even bullied us, then when we get around a bunch of women, we put up a guard. So it's kind of like everybody checking each other out, and we sizing each other up and looking at attitudes. A lot of times people used to tell me, well, I didn't talk to you because I thought like you were conceited, or I thought, and I'm like, no, but you never even had a conversation with me, so we do a lot of that. And so this is why I love woman to woman, is because we go against those social stigmas of women, and we really try to break those barriers. I want you guys to kind of share like what has been your experience with woman to woman since being a part of it. They all gonna be shy now.
I'll go first. For me, being a part of Woman to Woman is just like Apostle Shante said, it's a sisterhood. So like before I was in the kingdom and a part of this awesome sisterhood that I have alongside with my mother, I'm able to actually talk to women and no longer compare myself or allow them to compare themselves to me. It's more of a empowerment, more of a, hey sis, yes, you're doing great. It's more encouraging. So for me, it really did break down the walls that I had about women because of what my past was or what I seen as I was growing up. So I do want to applaud Prophetess Shantae for putting this whole thing together because it's truly amazing. It's truly life-changing.
Yes, I would have to agree. This woman to woman has truly been a blessing to me in many different ways. I'm the type of person that I'm easy to get along with, but I kind of stay to myself. I'm personable, I'm friendly, but I didn't have like a lot of friends because I had a lot of bad experiences with friends, just with like jealousy and things like that, and just I grew up not having a lot, and I always would wonder like, well, why would women be jealous of, like, I don't really have much. But even so, that for me created a lot of walls and a lot of barriers because I had been hurt by women in prior just like friendships. And so it, literally created a barrier, and I just like thank God for Woman to Woman and Apostle Shantae for even creating a space where women can truly like literally let down your hair. Like we talk about all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of things, like the deep stuff, and you can really be real. You don't have to hide who you are. You don't have to fake who you are, and they don't judge you. Like it's literally a no judgment zone, and you don't have to worry about your business being all over the streets because we're here to help one another and not to condemn one another. So it has truly been a blessing to me.
Amen. Well, being the new kid on the block, my experience with Woman to Woman and the sisterhood here has been truly a growth process for me. As my sisters were saying, a lot of times you go into organizations and there's this competitiveness and we're sizing each other up. But here, we truly appreciate each other for who we are. I love Apostle Shantae that has given me understanding about things I've dealt with all my life. I've gone from place to place, and as they say here, I found my tribe. And I'm growing. We encourage each other. And, I'm so excited about the kingdom. I'm so excited about the things of God. And even when I'm discouraged, I have my sisters here to encourage me. So I truly love Woman to Woman, this movement, which is getting women together. I feel like Mary and Elizabeth, they said her baby leaped, when they were together. And when I'm around you guys, I'm just excited. I'm strengthened. Iron sharpeneth iron. And I'm excited about my sisters. I can pick up the phone, and if there's a need, we don't have any lack because we have all things common. And I thank God for this sisterhood. I thank God for Prophet Shantae for being the transparent, down-to-earth person that she is, that allows me to let my hair down, let all my inhibitions down, and just be myself. Amen.
Well, I'm really excited about being part of Woman to Woman and being here. I've grown so much since first being in this ministry. I really had problems with low self-esteem. I smiled a lot on the outside, but I really hurt on the inside. I cried a lot on the inside. And just being here and being around these women, Apostle Shantae, Prophetess Brianna, all you guys, it's really helped me to build up my confidence. I mean, even in the way I dress and the way I look, I want to present myself in a better way. I lift my head up now instead of holding my head down. I even have a place for my daughter, show her good role models. It's just been such a good experience here. I'm really coming out of my shell, and it's really about knowing your identity. Yes. And when you don't know your identity, you walk around just feeling like lost, And being here has helped me learn my identity spiritually and naturally. And when you know who you are, it's so much power in that. So that's one thing I appreciate about being here.
I would say
I wanted to let everybody else go first because I was going to talk a little bit about my first experience. I think the very first time you did the woman to woman, and it was at the Embassy Suites in Troy. And I think I was 13 or 12 years old, and I'm 23 now, but I was 12 or 13 years old, and it was women there, and to see the growth of woman to woman for me is amazing to see now, where you started off with you moving around, doing all of the behind the scenes work. And I know you had, some help, but doing that to now you have a team of people and women who's come alongside you because they want to see women work together, and because of the impact and the change that woman to woman has had. And so just speaking from a perspective of being a part and looking at woman to woman, because I was not always in the planning, because I was just there as a child, waiting to eat sometimes, yeah, all the time. I would do the little dance routines, but other than that, to where it was, I was a preteen to now being a woman, it's like, wow, this has been going on. And you see if you go back even to when I was looking at pictures, because there's still pictures and stuff posted, it's the same concept, but just edified. It just grows and gets better and better, and people still use the same terminology of life-changing, transformation, transforming, and love, and authenticity. So
Y'all are always trying to make somebody cry. When I went back, I was 12 years old. I mean, but man, that's amazing. Like, I hadn't even, even thought about that, because I think it goes to the word of God where the message stays the same, but the method of operation, it may shift. But as long as that message is clear and it's consistent, then I believe that change and transformation and all those things, they definitely can take place. And like I said, it's truly my it has to be a heart's desire in whatever it is that you're doing. I don't care, whatever it is that is in your heart is going to show up. It's going to show up. And truly my heart is to see women, excel, to see them grow, to see them transform. And every season is not always going to be the greatest. There are some ugly seasons, come on, that caterpillar stage that we go through, but we have to go through it to learn from it, to be able to evolve into what it is God has orchestrated our lives to be, for us to do, and to, to minister, to others. And ministering sometimes is not just opening up your mouth. I have people tell me all the time, like, man, I didn't even know, like, I watch you. And I'm like, you do? I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I'm like, oh, Lord, help, But, and it's good. And I think that's one of the things, is because people get to see the flaws in all. And that's where, that authenticity is like, it's not always going to be perfect. You're not always, because people always, ask me, you have 5 children, you this, you that, how do you do it? And I'm like, some days I sit and I wonder how I did do it, and even when the children were smaller, I wasn't always just like, oh my God, I'm so glad to be a mother today. And oh my goodness, I get to make bottles and push this one in the stroller. Some days you sit and you cry and you go, what am I doing? How can I do this? But God's grace and his strength, it strengthens us. And I think hearing stories like that, it encourages others to be able to pioneer and to plow through, like, I can do this, and having the support system. I like what you said, that nothing is lacking. Come on, nothing is where we should be able to say, hey, I need help. That's what I thought of, so where you are able to say, hey, I need some help here, and not be like, well, why what's going on with you? Hey, I need help, whatever. I need some milk for my baby, or I need, without it being judgmental. And I think that type of atmosphere is a positive atmosphere to have. So listen, I gotta talk about this. I'm excited about this year. You gotta make it to She Roars Like Her Father. You want to be there. Listen, you want to be there. I had somebody trying to change their vacation to get here. So listen, you need to get, this is a transformative movement, impartation that you're not going to want to miss it. I'm telling you, I don't want you to be sitting at home looking at our posts and looking at our pictures and be like, dang, I should have went. Quit thinking about it. You need to register and get to She Roars Like Her Father. This year we are going to roar. Oh my, I feel that rumbling. I feel that rumbling down in my spirit, baby. We gonna roar, and God is going to release a new holy boldness on the inside of us, and guess what? It's going to exude on the outside of us. And I'm telling you, I'm believing God that when we leave out of there, that we're gonna have a new confidence, a new walk, and we're going to be able to plow through some seasons, some areas in our lives, some places that seem hard, to know that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Listen, grab your girlfriends. You want to, I have people saying, you know what, I'm going to celebrate my birthday that weekend. I think we got 2 people coming that say they're going to bring their friends and bring the party, because we know how to party. Listen, I was a partier in the world, so listen, I guarantee you the atmosphere is going to be lit, okay? It's going to be lit. You're going to have a great time. We have vendors that are going to be there. You can do some shopping. We're going to eat at restaurants and malls that are around us. So you want to register. If you want to stay at the hotel, we'll be at the Sheraton in Novi. Come on, God centered us in a wealthy place. I'm strategic about everything. Everything we do is strategic. He said, I'm centering you I'm sitting you in and positioning you in a wealthy place. And one of the things God told me, he said, I am going to break poverty off of the women of God on that weekend. So I'm telling you, you're going to come out with a new fire, a new roar, and you're going to walk like your Father. You want to get this impartation. Tell your cousins, your sisters, your friends. Come on, even as Apostle say, tell your enemies. And you want to invite them there. Quickly, I want you guys to, those of you who have attended, just to quickly share something that you have experienced that makes you want to come. Like why you want to be there.
I would say for me, it's like when you're done, you have a freedom. You have a new freedom and growth.
New freedom, new growth.
There's something tangible. There's a tangible presence. You leave with a strength and the boldness, you know, and that's what I love. Amen.
I'm excited. Last year, I went all the way to Akron, Ohio, and bought my girlfriend because that's how important it is. And I'm really excited this year about just knowing that I'm going to be learning how to have that boldness. I'm going to be learning how to have that confidence. And breaking poverty in my life is so serious because when you have poverty in your life, it's not peaceful in your life. So it's so important that I come out of the system so I can walk in my identity, who Christ has called me to walk in as a daughter of the King.
I would definitely say you feel unstoppable. You feel like there is after you leave, you talk about a makeover, you talk about all of that beautiful stuff on the outside. This truly is something internal on the inside. You feel unstoppable. You feel like there is nothing that could stop, block, or hinder you. As soon as I walk out of the hotel room, the room the conference room, I'll be ready to just, oh my goodness. But with this title within itself, I'm just, before we even get there, I'm already coming in there. I'm going to be roaring already. When we get in there and we're all coming together. So I was definitely in great expectation of all of the ones before, but this one is taking us to another level, and I am excited for it.
I would have to say that I'm excited because last year, if I could register last year for this year's gathering, I would have registered last year because last year was a complete transformation. But I'm in great expectation of not just warring like my father, but knowing more about who God has called me to be, empowering my sisters, ganging even more sisters, and just being able to just see how God moves on our behalf.
I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, you need to register. We have some powerful women of God that are going to be there. Our team, we had our team meeting. We're going to be putting all of the things together behind the scenes because I tell them whatever is at the top, it flows down, you know. So that's important to me. Teamwork, where you feel it in the atmosphere, when you hit the doors. But we have some powerful women of God. We have a Dr. Faith coming from Atlanta. We have Prophetess Janice. She's coming from North Carolina. We have Brooke. She's coming from Chicago. We have Kanina. She's coming from here. Also, we have Dr. C. She's coming from here. Listen, I'll be going forth. It was on a Friday night. It was something because I kept saying, I was talking to them one day and I was saying, I kept looking for, you know, like who can we get to Friday? You know, like who can we get? And I was just so big. And we was sending off stuff to people to come and we wasn't getting a response. And I was just like baffled like God. And I was sitting at my kitchen table and the Lord, he said, you're looking for somebody. He said, but I called you. And I said, I just cried. I was very humble. I just cried. So listen, I'm telling you, this is an experience for myself, for all of us who is involved. And we know that the King of Kings is going to be there. So you want to make sure that you come out and that you be a part of this woman's gathering. We are waiting there to greet you and invite you into this sisterhood. Don't forget, also, we do things for women in the community and just women in general. So don't forget to sow your seed. Don't forget, you want to call 1-844-8-CHANGE. Sow your seed on today, whatever amount it is. Tag some women in and say, listen, you need to sow into this. I don't care. Sow your Starbucks money. Come on, sow that Starbucks money. You know, you don't understand. A little bit can go a long way. It can go a very long way. Little becomes much. Come on, when we place it in the hand of God. So I challenge you on today to sow into this work that God is doing, and we will see you guys at She Roars.
All right, wow, that was wonderful. Wonderful segment from the woman to woman. Again, with Pastor Dr. Shante Warren. We are excited about what God is doing with this upcoming She Roars. Her father, listen, this is a great time for ladies, again, to gather and to get great nuggets. I mean, the excitement that surrounds this gathering is like none other. I mean, all the ladies, you all know how you all get. Everybody gets all excited, come together, and even though everybody may have their differences and things of that sort, it's still good that everyone can still come together with their different opinions, perspectives, denominations, etc. They are welcome to this gathering to get nuggets, to get their war back. Excuse me. So I'm excited. We have some other contributions. We had Natasha Irvin that sold $500. We had Bryce Chandler that sold $100. I was told that someone else had wrote a check for $1,000. So again, we are excited. Tortisa Coleman, that's who it was, sold a check for $1,000. And so I'm excited that people are still giving. And Bryce Chandler is only 12 years old. Wow. He sold $100. $100, and it's only 12 years old. I mean, that's wonderful. That's amazing. You're talking about, again, someone that is not even really a teenager yet, but understands the principle of not just donating, but understands to sow into something that's bigger than you, and to sow into something that you yourself may get into, or start your own company or your own business or your own success. And so you got to sow into it what they say, you got to sow. It's not just a church thing, but it's a principle. You know, you want to sow where you want to go and sow so you can grow.
Yes, definitely. And we are excited. And just him being so young, he's going to be able to watch this thing unfold right before his eyes. So that is something that you really want to get into your DNA, that this is something that's going to continue. This is going to continue legacy after legacy. Bridging the Gaps Community Family Development Center is going to be something that's going to be here forever. So just to be here to sow and give on this level is awesome. So if you have not gotten a chance to call 844-8-CHANGE, do it now. They are ready to answer the phones, and we are ready to partner with you on today.
Yes, so it's important to partner with us. I mean, again, as we stated before, just reiterating for those of you that may, again, have this is our time where we take out this time out of the year to raise contributions for our nonprofit organization that has a 501c status, and also again our church. And so again, to do things in the community that we've been doing, to continue to do that, we need you to partner with us. We need your help. So we're asking you to partner with us. Some of you that are on, you can donate again that $1,000. We want you to do that and partner with us. I myself had donated that and sold into that, and so I'm asking you to do the same, because again, we want to donate to something that's bigger than us. And not only that, I have a heart to see the community change. And so again, if you don't have $1,000, then again, you can donate what's upon your heart to give, because I believe it's imperative. Again, we've given out over $1 million worth of food boxes to the community. We've given over 50,000 masks again to small business owners as well as school systems. And so again, we've paid people utilities for the month. We've given housing to those that don't have housing, clothes, and then also something that we do again around Christmas time is we usually adopt like 2 families or 2 or 3 families or so, and buy those kids something for Christmas that their parents may be struggling to get or obtain. We take that Christmas list, try our best to get everything that they want. Because myself, I know, again, you may be watching and you may wanted some things for Christmas that you may not have had, or have some desires that you want. So again, we want to help meet those needs of the young people in this generation. And so again, we can't do it without you. We need you to partner with us. One of the things that we did this year differently is we wanted to share the goal with you, share the vision with you, so you can know what we're trying to obtain. And so again, this year our goal is 200,000. We're not going to stop that after today. We know God is still going to do it, and we're not going to stop until we reach our goal. And so again, you can partner with us and help us in reaching that and making a difference in the community. And talk about the monthly partners, because some people may not understand that you after today, that doesn't matter. You can still partner with us. If you want to give $20 a month, or $20 every other week, you can partner with us as well.
So yeah, let's talk about that monthly contribution. We do weekly contributions, and the best part about the contribution, it's automatic. You don't have to remember. It's not a hassle. You don't have to remember to call us every month or continue to go online to do it. You sign up today, and it automatically comes out. We have weekly, bi-weekly, twice a month. Whatever you need, you can contribute monthly. So constantly, you're making a difference. Not just today, not just this weekend, but every month, every week. You can constantly sow into something that's bigger than you. If you desire to do that, once again, we can do that for you today. 844-8-CHANGE. Monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, twice a month, whatever you need, we can help you sow your seed.
Yes, and so we're getting ready to transition into one of our last segments, which is talking with Dr. West and Dr. Shantae with the relationship navigators. The relationship navigators is what they go by during this topic with love with less stress. Yes. And so they navigated people through relationship trauma, relationship issues and communication barriers and all that other things and things that go on all things relationship. And so they're going to go and talk some nuggets give us some nuggets how to navigate through relationships, because we know again that it's been a trying time for some people. The pandemic hit and I believe there's something beginning to unfold that we may not have understood or knew. And so again, we want you all to tune in and share this with somebody else as we begin to navigate, because again, if we have healthy marriages, then we have a strong family, and not only that, a stronger and bigger community. And so again, that's what we're here to develop, all aspects of community. So sit back, don't go anywhere, continue to tag and continue to call that number. Again, that's at the bottom of the screen, 844-8-CHANGE, and we'll see you back in the other studio with the relationship navigators.
Welcome.
Listen, we're back again, and as you see, it's so many different. I was just sitting here like, man, we've been hearing different roles, different. I'm like, what segment are we on now? But I only can give glory to God, just all of the different avenues and just hats and roles that God has allowed us to be able to participate in the lives of those who we know. And it's just such an amazing thing, one, how all of it just works together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all works together. So when you're talking about relationship navigation, we decided a while ago, just because we had premarital counseling before we were married, and we were really young. We were like 21? Yeah, I was 21, was I? Yeah, 21. And when we got married, and we were quite young.
You were 20.
Oh, I was waiting for him to say that. No, I had to. How could I get married at 20? That wouldn't have been legal, would it? Well, 18? I was 21. Look. Listen, it was a while ago. I'll just say that. But we are married. But listen, this is the thing. So we were saying we were in premarital counseling. Everybody was kind of like, first of all, I won't say everyone, but a lot of people in our, age group was kind of tripping, because it's like, why are y'all getting married? Like, y'all too young for that. We had a friend of his actually come over to the house and sit down with us like he was fathering us. Like, what are you doing? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Pretty much we found out maybe a couple months ago, because he brought the conversation up again. He was like, you taking my wingman here. You taking him. We about to get married, and what? This is not okay. But the premarital counseling for us, we really were enlightened by it. And we were realizing a lot of people, when you said like counseling or anything like that, especially in certain communities, it was just like a no-no. What goes on in this house, it stays in this house type of deal, or we'll figure it out and work it out. So we found out, it really helped us, and honestly it did. It gave us a great start. And then just fast forwarding into some years after we had started having children, then we heard of the Healthy Marriage Initiative. And we began to participate in that. And it wasn't necessarily anything just like wrong with our marriage, but anything about marriage, we were like, man, we want to learn more about it. We want to be involved so that we can be better at it. We went, we loved it. We took the tools and we began to say, people we know need to know about this. So fast forward, we ended up getting certified to be able to train in different relationship education curriculums. And what we found, we were able to teach it to a lot of different people and in a lot of different rooms, and people that would come, and they really enjoyed it. But one thing that we found is a lot of times people didn't want to hear like counseling. They kind of shied away from it. So we decided, you know what, let's say navigation, because when you navigate someone to do something, ultimately you're telling them, you're showing them the way, you're going to give them some tools, but ultimately the people in the relationship, they have to do the work. And ultimately that's what we found to be successful. If you don't want to take the tools, guess what? You're not going to be successful. You'll come, you sit, we'll talk, you get some, get some tools. It's like having tools in your hand, but not really building anything with it. So it has definitely been a blessing in our lives that people allow us the opportunity to let us into some vulnerable places, because I understand that that's not easy. So we have Darrell and Jasmine here on today to talk a little bit for you, what did and what does the navigation look like? How has it been for you? Like, has it helped you, or just kind of what has been your thought process?
First, I would say it exposes a lot. So it sheds light on a lot of things that we don't know that was in the dark. So it opens up the past that we haven't dealt with. It opens up things that we need to overcome. So it was a joy going through it, because it's like you learn so much about yourself first before you learn about your significant other. And by going through that, it's like, okay, if I'm dealing with this, like, how long have I been dealing with this secretly and not known? Like a communication issue or something like that. Like, communication is definitely the one exercise I enjoyed the most, because it's beyond just talking. It's far beyond talking, and being able to articulate, being able to understand how another person talk and how another person may receive it. So, and you also, and that's not even getting into nonverbal communication, because that's a big thing too. So I believe heavily in premarital navigation, and I think a lot of people need to understand that navigation or counseling should come individually too, even before marriage, so you can know what you're dealing with, know how to overcome those things before you try to step into a committed relationship leading into marriage.
That's good.
Yes, and that's why this is all part of strengthening the community. When we talk about community development, when we talk about meeting the needs of the total person, we talk about meeting those needs and bridging that gap, whether it's in relationship education, whether it's in the presence of a male, whether it's in the relationships within the women, whether it's a father and son relationship, mother and daughter relationship, whether it's food pantry, whether it's clothing, whether it's resources for the family. These are all programs and resources that we house with Bridging the Gap Community and Family Development Center at Elohim Kingdom Ministry. That's why we are encouraging everyone. We are encouraging everyone that can and that will to partner with us through making a charitable contribution by calling 1-844-8-CHANGE. And those of you that are in need, I even saw a text as we were sitting here where someone put on there that they need help, that they haven't eaten, that they need food. That's what this is all about. They ask, can we pray? Most definitely. We believe in prayer, but also we believe that we want to pray, but we also want to put substance into your hand. And that's what it's all about. We want to pray for people, but we also want to be able to provide. We want to pray and provide. And when we talk about marriages, that's one of the institutions that's been under attack that ultimately comes to weaken the strength of a community. And that's another way that we are able to hedge. That's another way that we are able to build the community. We are looking at how can we attack, what areas can we address that ultimately would strengthen and help us leave a legacy in terms for our children's children. What can we do to strengthen the community? And that's why we have relationship navigation as one of the programs that we offer with Bridging the Gap Community and Family Development Centers at Elohim Kingdom Ministry, because we want to strengthen the relationships.
I would say, even for to Jasmine, what as a they're still newlyweds. Why do you think it's important, even not just before, but even during? Because a lot of times people, they'll do the before, because sometimes it's a requirement. Like, one of the things I know for us, we require before we marry you some type of where you're sitting and you're getting, godly counsel and wisdom, before going into, marriage. Now, what you do after, we can't control that, but we want to try to give you the best start, and not just start, but even build that community around you, because I think that that's important. A lot of times you get all the information before, and then the community kind of dwindles after, and then you're kind of like, oh my God, I'm in this now, what do I do? So why do you think it's important to still, even after being married, it doesn't have to be a problem, but to still have that support?
I think it's very important prior to marriage and during your marriage to still have wise counsel, simply because it's some things that still may come up during your marriage that you can't, or you are afraid to talk to your significant other about, like just you two. So you probably I would highly recommend getting a wise counselor to discuss that information, because you want to get it out. You don't want to hold that stuff, because it's going to divide the marriage, and God doesn't want any marriage to be divided. We don't want any separation. We want to keep the marriages as strong as possible. So we want to work on the communication prior to the marriage, because you want to get to know yourself, like Darrell stated before. You want to get to know yourself first. But once you are married and you have that covenant with God and you have the covenant with your significant other, you want to build that relationship to keep the communication established. You want to make it where everything is open, it's no secrets. Like, your partner should be your best friend. You want to keep everything open, leave everything on the table. So if anything does come up from the past, your significant other already knows about it, and you already addressed it. So you just want to be open.
I think that's really good. Like you said, like, your partner should be the first person that you want to communicate with, and having a friendship is something that's very important, and you sometimes you need that navigation through, because I know in our marriage, because we were married young, I'm not the same person that I was when I was 20. I'm not. We met each other as teenagers. So you grow, you evolve, you have different likes, desires, wants. So those things change, and as they change, it's great to have a community of healthy marriages. I think sometimes people get it misunderstood. Healthy marriages does not mean that everything is just why everything is, I'm happy, you're happy, everybody happy every day. But it's learning how to weather through those seasons where you feel like, I don't know if this is going to work. And what you'll find is, as you weather through them, it actually makes you, it builds you. It makes you stronger. It makes the marriage stronger. And you feel like, man, I'm in this, and you're excited about, being married. So we here with Elohim and Bridging the Gaps, we are definitely a healthy marriage advocates, and we believe in marriage, and we will fight for marriages. I always tell them, those people who are contemplating divorce or separation, I'm like, it is not over until God says it's over. I believe in fighting and believing God till, you just, till the outcome comes. And then sometimes we understand that, that people do part ways, and we even try to help people with that as well, especially when children are involved, that you're still not leaving something where it's a tear, or it's a wound, or, still leaving it in a healthy manner. But definitely we believe in the institution of marriage and making them as healthy as possible. So listen, if you want to be a part of what we're doing, and we have some things coming up, moving in September and beyond, being more consistent with it, and raising up even, those healthy marriage, those mentors, those other navigators that can even step in and help to navigate people through. Because again, this is a community. Make sure you inbox us, give us your information, so that once we begin to do things, that we can invite you in into this community, because I think I think it's going to be really, I feel it being really huge this year. We started and COVID kind of threw us off, but I believe we're back on track. So those of you who listen, if you want to be married, if you're married or whatever, you need to sow a seed into this on today. Come on, you need to release a seed into this segment right now. You need to call the number that's on the screen, 1-844-8-CHANGE, and you need to say, listen, I'm sowing a seed in my new marriage, my first marriage. If I want my marriage better, I'm gonna sow another seed. I'm sowing a seed in our marriage on today, and I believe that you're gonna get a healthy return on investment. But listen to this. The seed that you sow for your marriage, it does not mean it's going to bring the man, but God will begin to work on you. Oh, my God. Hey. Some people be like, yeah, let me sow this because this going to release my husband or my wife or whatever. No, what it's going to do is it's going to open your spirit up so God can start adjusting some things to get you in alignment so that you can, come on, be married.
Ultimately, I believe when we get in alignment and we sow seeds of faith and we activate our faith, we pray in faith, and we take actions in faith, ultimately what it does is it just positions you.
Yes.
It puts you in proper position so then the man can see you and find you. It puts you in proper position so you can actually see the woman. And so, we want to encourage you all. Again, these are the types of programs that we want to continue to implement because it's all about community development. If you believe that marriage is important, if you believe that relationships are essential, if you believe that it's important to strengthen the community, however that looks for you, we want you to sow. We want you to donate. We want you to make a charitable contribution. You want to call in 1-844-8-CHANGE. I'm telling you, we're on today, and we are on petitioning you all, beseeching you all to send in and to partner. And as we're doing that, you can see the need is still there. People are constantly texting that they are in need. And it's impossible for one organization to meet every need. But I'm telling you, when you have a partner of people, when you have a collaboration, when you have a team, together everyone achieves more. When we all are doing our part, then we can continue to meet the needs of those that need it. So we're going to go ahead and move forward to another video. And again, want you to call in 1-844-8-CHANGE. Let's make a difference together.
Hello, I am Wes Warren.
And I am Shantae Warren, and we are the pastors of Elohim Kingdom Ministries and the founders of Bridging the Gap Community Family Development Center.
Over the years, we've noticed factors that have hindered the positive progression from people getting from where they currently are at to where they're destined to be.
So we understand that together we can truly make a difference.
Therefore, we have established educational platforms, programs, and resources that come to bridge those gaps.
So we are inviting you to become a difference maker during our Give Extravaganza, our Give-a-thon.
Partner with us. Together we can create change and make a difference.
Hey, and we are back here in Studio B in our call center, and I am here with Asia, and we are going to compel you again. So far today has been amazing. Yesterday and today has been an amazing day, and we just want to thank all those that have already made their contributions, and even those that have made their pledge. We did have some people that even pledged, so we want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts because we appreciate it, and we know that it takes more than just us to be able to help others. So we want to compel those that haven't had a chance to make a contribution to go ahead and do so right now. You can call 1-844-8 change. Again, 1-844-8-change, so that you can get your contribution in. And if you've been watching throughout this event, or even if you're just tuning in, you may have or may not have heard that we need the funding to be able to help more people. Like even what we talked about earlier, that even before the pandemic, that we were out helping people, we were out feeding the community, even through all types of weather. Because guess what we have found out is that the need for the need that people have does not change just because the weather do. So we have made a commitment to continue to help. And so due to funding, we haven't been able to really help people with food due to the lack of the funding of the program. But we want to continue to be able to do so. And that is where you are able to partner with us. Not only do we want to bring our food pantry back, we want to be able to extend it and grow it. So we're also in the process of looking for and obtaining a distribution center. And you probably say, well, what the heck is a distribution center? The distribution center is where people will be able to come to not only receive food, but they'll also be able to receive other resources like job placement, resources for how to even go on an interview, job training, so different skills and things like that. So we want you to be a part. We want you to make a difference with us.
Yes, and we are excited. Again, 844-8-CHANGE. Help us make a difference. Like I said previously, this is going to be something that's going to be around forever. Bridging the Gaps Family and Community Development Center will be here when your kids have kids, your kids' kids have kids. This is life-changing, groundbreaking, and we need you. We need your help to go ahead and help us. Partner with us. Make a contribution. Once again, set up a monthly contribution, weekly, bi-weekly, 844-8-CHANGE. And even last year, we were able to help over 50 families for Christmas. We gave out gift cards. We want to extend that. We want to continue to make a difference, and that starts with you. Go ahead and dial that number, 844-8-CHANGE. I'm challenging you to make a change. 844-8-CHANGE. Don't miss it. You still have time. The phones are ringing. Go ahead and give us a call, 844-8-CHANGE.
Yes. So again, partner with us so that we can continue to make a difference within the community. And again, thank you to all those that have been contributing throughout our segments. We appreciate you. We thank you. And I also wanted to say thank you to my agents that have decided to help make a difference. So shout out to the Fathom Realty Michigan agents for being a part of helping us make a difference.
All right, we are headed back to Studio A.
Welcome to the Elohim Give-a-thon. Whew! I don't know if you're excited, but I definitely am. Why do you ask? Well, I'm glad that you asked me. Well, let me first say that I am a giver. I know the importance of pouring out, giving seed in all forms, but also financially, right? So let's talk a little bit about that. My name is Tanya Tanika. I have been a believer since a little girl, but I have been in the marketplace as an entrepreneur for over 20 years, teaching individuals how to be clear, become productive, and take action. And in doing so, the things that changed in my business was my mindset to be able to give, to pour out, to understand what the Word of God says. And so I wanted to bring to you two things. One, let's talk about the origination of the marketplace. So if you look at history, okay, where did everything originate? In the marketplace. I mean, Jesus was there, government was there, you had family and arts and entertainment, education, you had business, everything was right there in the marketplace. And I believe this is a time, a season that we are getting this restoration of what the marketplace truly is and how it operates. And that is why there's an excitement about what is happening with the Give-a-thon, okay? Because the word doesn't want us, it talks about many times, we shouldn't be without, right? If we have, we should be able to let our brothers and sisters in Christ have the same, okay? And so with that being said, let's go to scripture. I want to talk about the distribution center. I want to talk about the distribution center.
Wow. We have made it through 2 days, 2 days of our annual Give-a-thon. And what a time we have had. I love this time of year. I told them next year, I think we're going to have some cameras to kind of follow behind the scenes and leading up into that week. So people can see the things that happen that go on to make all of this possible for us to be able to come forth and to be the answer to someone else's prayers. We want to say a huge thank you. Thank you so much to everyone on this year who worked behind the scenes, those who worked in front of the scenes, around the scenes, to make this all possible. But most important, we thank God for all of you who have sold into the vision that God has given us here, and those who will continue to sow. You'll have an opportunity all week. They'll be replaying the broadcast during the week. So if you still want to invite some business owners, come on, from your local grocery stores, your cleaners, the boutiques, the places that you patronize, and ask them if they want to be a part. You can. We are a 501c3 agency, so we have letters and everything, anything that you may need. But we just want to say a huge thank you to all of you that was on this journey with us and that partnered alongside of us for these 2 days to make all of this possible. We couldn't do it without you, so this has just been a leap of faith even for us to step out and even do it. And we believe that God is going to increase it and continue to increase it so that we can continue to advance the kingdom of God.
Yes, I'm telling you, the need is vast. There's so many people, so many families that need food, that need encouragement, that need resources, that need rental assistance, that need mortgage assistance, that need utility assistance, that need clothing. And I'm telling you, together, we can continue to provide resources to meet that need. So not only are we, this Give-a-thon, it was more like a catalyst. It's more like a jump start, a proton to get us to continue to give. So we're challenging the corporations. We're challenging the business owners. We're challenging those with a heart to see change and to make a difference and to help others to continue to partner with us. You can always call the number 1-844-8-CHANGE. I also want to encourage you, and I want to tell someone that's behind the scenes to type it even on the comments. You can go to the website, btgcenters.org, btgcenters.org. That is the website for Bridging the Gap Community, Bridging the Gaps Community and Family Development Center. You can see more footage of some of the things that we've done, some of the programs. You can donate, you can contribute, you can seek help, and then also Elohim Kingdom Ministries. You can look at, because again, the goal is to meet the needs of the total man and woman, spirit, soul, and body. And so we want to meet the needs of the total person. And so concerning that spiritual guidance, you want to look at Elohim Kingdom Ministries, ElohimKingdom.com, Elohim Kingdom Ministries on Facebook and YouTube. This is a way, this is an avenue for you to be strengthened and know who you are as a citizen of the kingdom. As a kingdom citizen, we have some rights, we have some access. And look, I'm excited. I know that there's some that's going to continue to give. We were asking and we were challenging 200 people, only 200 people, to partner with us with a seed of $1,000, with a charitable contribution of $1,000. And we're a 501c3 organization with Bridging the Gap Community and Family Development Center, so that becomes a tax deduction. And so we are challenging 200 people to donate, to make a charitable contribution of $1,000, and some will be able to contribute more. Again, last night I saw some business owners, some philanthropists, some people that have had some success that will be able to sow $1,000, some would sow $5,000, and even some would sow $10,000. And there's some that have committed to sow $10,000, and they will still do that. And again, if you don't have it currently, you can also make a pledge, because the needs are continual, and we plan to be here to meet those needs. So you can call number 1-844-8-CHANGE. You can inbox. The giving options are on the screen. You can make a pledge. We want to continue to make a difference. I'm telling you, we are excited. Again, thank everyone that will watch the broadcast. Thank everyone that contributed. Thank everyone that will contribute in the future, in the days, in the weeks, in the months, in the years to come. Remember, at Bridging the Gap and at Elohim Kingdom Ministries, love is the standard. So we are learning to love, creating change, and make a difference. Remember, partner with us and have a great day. Continue to make change and make a difference.
Yeah. Oh. We're living in a sick world. I know you heard me, and we can't stand alone, nobody else. I'm glad we got 2020 up out the way. I'm praying the future will bring us better days. And it ain't hard to say goodbye to yesterday, 'cause we lost.
I just want to let you know that this program has been very beneficial for my family in the time of need. So we want to thank you, and we'd like for you to extend the program if you would, please. Thank you. God bless you.
The whole world is going up yonder, but I know you're watching us from up there. Let your people know you still care. Send your love now to clear the air. Oh, please, Lord, clear the air. Living in a sick world, but I'm praying you are well.
I just want to say that it has truly been a blessing to get the food today. My son had a stroke, unable to work, and I'm his caretaker, and I can't work. So any little thing that the church can do for the public is very appreciated. Thank you.
Bridging the Gaps Community and Family Development Center at Elohim Kingdom Ministries. We are so excited because we come to bridge the gaps. We offer programs for the family where we do relationship education, and this campus is going to house a schooling, a community resource center, through our spiritual empowerment center. We are meeting the needs spiritually, and through our development center, we are providing education and other resources like career and technical education.